Hey everyone, and welcome back to another under $5 eShop deals video, where each and every week we go through the Nintendo Switch eShop and we pick out some of the best games currently on sale, but not only that, we stay under a budget of only $5. Now in the weekend video, I mentioned that a huge sale hit the Nintendo Switch eShop, and today we're continuing the coverage of that. And just like in that other video, I do want to mention that today the Sizzle reel will be just as important as the main part of the video. So before dropping any cash, make sure you stay till the end. Now just before we jump into those deals, a quick reminder for anyone who might be new here to the channel, halfway through the video, I'll be giving away two $5 eShop gift cards. If you want to participate in future giveaways, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment down below. Then check out the next eShop deals video to see if you won. Also, if ever you reach the end of the video and you're still looking for other great deals, I'll always be linking down below in the top pinned comment last week's under $5 eShop deals, as well as the latest regular eShop deals, because most of those deals are still running today and I just don't repeat them 2 videos in a row. Now with all of that stuff out of the way, let's not waste any more time and jump straight into the deals. Just remember, if you are liking the content, hit that like button. Now, our first amazing deal for today is going to be Steamworld Dig, that is now 80% off, back to its lowest ever price of only $1.99. On top of it, it'll be running till October 8th. Now, this game is basically a 2D action Metroidvania. Now, I've said it before, pretty much all the Steamworld games are great games. And if you're looking for a cheap and perfect introduction to the series, well, Steamworld Dig is a perfect entry point. It pretty much has everything you're looking for in a great Metroidvania. It has a beautiful pixel art style, it has a great soundtrack, and it has an extremely addictive gameplay loop. Not only that, but if you fall in love with the gameplay and the series, on top of it, it's one of the only Steamworld games that has a sort of direct sequel, with Steamworld Dig 2, however slightly over that $5 price point. Not only that, but you know what? This game was already a total steal, even at its full price of $10. So right now, getting it for $1.99 is just a no-brainer pickup. Now, our next great deal for today is actually a brand new entry to the series, and that is Kill la Kill IF, that is now 90% off, only $1.99, and will be running till September 29th. Now, this game is a 3D arena-styled fighting game, and it is done as a totally original storyline based on the Kill la Kill anime series. Now personally, I'm not a huge fan of this series, and I actually just picked up this game this week to test it out. And you know what? I was completely amazed, because although it's probably not the best 3D battler we have on the Nintendo Switch, it's an extremely solid game. And one that I can't actually believe right now is on sale for only $1.99. Now normally at its full price, I would say this is a game best picked up by fans of the series. However, at only $1.99, if you have any kind of interest in 3D battlers, you know what? This one could be a very fun time. One thing to be warned though, if you want to jump straight into the online battles, unfortunately you do have to play a bit through the storyline to actually unlock that. Lastly, I have 2 little bits of news as well. I heard a rumor that there's a possibility this game could be delisted. So if you have any interest in it whatsoever, and especially now at $2, I would say pick it up. And secondly, if you're still sort of on the fence, well guess what? There's even a free downloadable demo available. Now next on our list of great games for today, we have Jotun, the Valhalla edition. That is now 75% off, only $3.74, and this one will be running till September 26th. Now this game is a 3D action exploration game. Think very slightly a Zelda-like formula, however much more focused on combat and with a system that works in a sort of Souls-like fashion without actually going to the extremes of that type of gameplay. Now, I've got to let you know that the main attraction of this game is the absolutely beautiful art style that is hand-drawn and really one of a kind. It's also accompanied yet again by a very amazing soundtrack that is totally atmospheric. And I think what knocks it out of the park for the experience here is the boss fights. Unfortunately, the rest of the environments are a little bit barren for my liking, but nonetheless, for those amazing boss encounters, it is totally worth the experience. So So trust me, if you're a fan of action exploration and you're looking for a totally original experience, Jotun Valhalla Edition is going to be an amazing pickup for this week. Now, our next amazing game for today is going to be Mighty Gunvolt Burst, that is back to its lowest ever price of 60% off, only $3.99, and this one will be running till September 29th. Now, this game is a 2D action platformer that is very heavily inspired by the Mega Man series. And I've got to say, until Capcom decides to release an official follow-up, the Gunvolt series is pretty much keeping that spirit alive. And if you want the game with the biggest retro feeling in that series, well, Mighty Gunvolt Burst is going to be an excellent pickup for you. Now, the basic game itself combines characters from the Gunvolt series with the Mighty No. 9 series, which, trust me, is a lot better in this game than it was in its original one. And the good news is that if you really fall in love with this game, there's even a ton of DLC characters from other series that you can download that totally changes up the gameplay. So there really is a ton of replayability here. And on top of it, if you're still not convinced, this is another game that also has a free downloadable demo. So now it's time to take a quick break and announce today's winners of the $5 eShop gift cards. And our first winner for today is going to be Mr. Smiley, who said, Death's Door is a very solid game, especially at that price. And I totally agree with you, Mr. Smiley. As I said in the previous video, Death's Door was pretty much one of my favorite games of last year, so you know what? It's a pretty great pickup at any price. And now our second winner for today is going to be Trice3, who said, Great video as always. And thank you so much for the compliment. As I say all the time, I try to bring you guys all the best deals in each and every video, so I'm really glad you're enjoying them. Now, all you need to do to claim your $5 eShop gift cards is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. So now if we jump straight back into our deals, we have another amazing game hitting a brand new low, and that is Horizon Chase Turbo, that is now 80% off, only $3.99, and will be running till September 26th. Now, this game is an arcade-style racer done in the style of the classic 80s and 90s games like Outrun or Top Gear. But what's actually great about this game is it doesn't only emulate those games, it takes that style and really brings it up to modern standards. Number one, it has some really great visuals done with that retro style, but with an awesome modern flair to it. Secondly, it takes those amazing pulse-pounding soundtracks and delivers a new experience that really lives up to those old classics. Not only that, but if you do end up falling in love with this game, on top of it right now, the DLC is also on sale, and for only a 79 cents extra, you could pick that up as well. Lastly, on a final note, it's actually pretty funny because later on in the Sizzle reel, Sega Ages Outrun is also hitting a brand new low of 50% off for only $3.99. This is really a great week for fans of retro-styled arcade racers. Now, our next great deal for today is going to be Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, that is back to 50% off, only $4.99, and this one will be running till September 29th. On top of it, this game will be my pick of the week. Now, this game is yet again a retro-style 2D action platformer. However, this time it is very heavily inspired by the Castlevania series. And actually, it's so much so that it actually feels like a direct spiritual successor to Castlevania 3 from the NES. It even maintains that same type of playstyle where you can swap between 4 different playable characters at any moment with the hit of a button. And to me, both this game and its successor, Curse of the Moon 2, is proof that this type of gameplay can still deliver amazing experiences even today. On top of it, there's really some modern improvements here, like an easy mode that really makes this game very approachable for anyone, even if you found the old school Castlevanias a little bit too challenging. And lastly, it's another one of those games that was easily worth its full price of $10, so at 50% off, $4.99, yet again, this game is a steal. Now our next game for today is going to be another Steamworld game. However, this one is going to be Steamworld Heist, that is currently 80% off, only $3.99, once again running till October 8th. Now this time around from the Steamworld series, we're getting a turn-based strategy game. I mean, the closest comparison I could say is imagine an XCOM style game, however done in 2D with the amazing art style that the Steamworld series is known for. Not only that, but there's also a wacky twist to combat where bouncing shots and things off of walls is just a normal style of combat. Now just as I said earlier, all the Steamworld games are amazing, but if you're a fan of the strategy genre, I think this one is going to be the absolute best pickup for you. And just in case you're wondering, at only $3.99, this game actually delivers a ton of content, with about 15 to 20 hours for its regular playtime, and on top of it, a new Game Plus mode. Overall, this game actually came very close to also being my pick of the week, so it's just an amazing pickup. Now our next great deal is going to be Torchlight 2. That is back to 75% off, $4.99, and this one will be running till September 26th. Now if you like top-down action RPGs done with a style that resembles somewhat the Diablo series, well, Torchlight 2 is one of the best ones you're going to get on the Nintendo Switch. Not only that, but it's also an amazing game to pick up if you're looking for something to play with your friends with up to 4-player online co-op available. And it's once again a game offering tons of content. So for only $5, you're guaranteeing yourself hours and hours of gameplay. Also, just in case you're wondering, even though Torchlight 3 is also on sale at $9.99, Torchlight 2 is actually, in my opinion, the better of the two games, so you don't even need to pick up the third edition, just go with the second one. And lastly, once again, if this is a game you're on the fence about, well guess what, it's also offering a free downloadable demo. So now it's time for the Sizzle Reel of Deals, and as I said, this is definitely one you should not miss. So we're now at the end of today's eShop deals video, and you know what? We've now covered over 60 games from this sale, and we're still not done, with more content yet to come. Now, just before we go, I want to take a couple of seconds to really thank my channel supporters. Their monthly support is so appreciated, and you can check out all their names on the end screen of the video. And on the way out, don't forget that if you did like the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click on that notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.